I'm a bit of a sucker for acquiring new coffee brewing kit, and my quest to create a flat white on the fells has given me the perfect excuse to invest in some new stuff. And today I'm going to put two of them to the test. The Nowpresso is a coffee capsule brewer, and it works off a rechargeable battery. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to fully charge the battery, and you can charge it via USB, via 13-amp socket, or via an in-car charger. It works on a real simple principle. You just load it with your coffee capsule with some hot or cold water, and then let it do the rest. It will actually heat the water for you as well. So let's get a brew going. Taking the cup off the bottom, this is where we put our capsule and lock that in place. Put the cup back on. I'm going to put some cold water in this time. Works with hot water to speed things up, but my feeling is if I'm going to carry this around with me, I'm not going to be wanting to heat water alongside it. Now, neither this nor the Nanopresso has any real gauges for the amount of water you're going to use. This will take up to 50 mils. For the coffee capsule I'm using, I feel that's a bit much, so I'm going to put 40 mils of water in here. And it's simply a matter of turning it on and waiting for the brew to start. And on the front is a little LCD screen that actually shows you what's happening, and I've got a nice little heating symbol happening just here. I think I can hear the water starting to come up to temperature. Hasn't taken too long, a little bit frustrating maybe waiting for it, but hopefully any second now it'll start to brew. So let's have a look at what we've got in here. So I brewed a natural processed Brazil, and let's see what comes through. It's definitely picked up the character of the coffee there. It's got a nice coating body. I'm picking up lots of peanuts, nutty tones, a bit of chocolate in there. So it's actually made a decent brew. I don't think it's anywhere near the strength I was expecting of an espresso. Maybe a strong cafetiere, strong filter maybe. Definitely hasn't got the thickness or the strength that I want out of an espresso. So let's take a look at the Nanopresso, and the first thing we need to do is get our little filter basket out of the top, and also we need our little scoop out of the bottom, so it all kind of gets put away nice and compact. I need an 8-gram dose here, and a nice rounded scoop is apparently an 8-gram dose. So let's get some coffee. A nice little touch here. This scoop fits beautifully onto the basket, so you can just flick it over, bit of a tap, and then I can actually just use the back of it to tamp my coffee. Give it a bit of a clean, and we're good to go. That drops back into the top, and we lock on the base. Now we need our water. Neither one of these, as I said before, has any markings on the inside, so you don't really know how much water you're using, so you can't adapt really easily, which is a bit of a disappointment really. Now I want to make the ratios the same for this coffee as I did for the last one, so I'm going to weigh the water that goes in. I'm going to go for a 64-gram dose, so it sticks to the same ratios, make it as fair as I can. And then this simply attaches to the bottom. And then if I rotate this, my little pump appears. And I'm going to be pumping the espresso. So turn it over above my vessel, and it's a case of pumping every second or so. And after about 8 pumps, we're going to start to see, I hope, the coffee appearing. Takes a fair bit of effort, but it is coming. And there we go. Feel it loosening now, so we must be right towards the end of the water. and turn it around. And here we have our coffee. Actually, doesn't look too bad. Quite surprised that it does have a little blonde crema on top, and there seems to be a lot more viscosity to this one than to the last one. A bit more strength, a lot more mouthfeel, a lot more body to this one. Still getting that nice character of the coffee coming through. It's also got a really nice, pleasing finish. Maybe a little bit weaker than I would like, but nowhere as near as weak as the Nowpresso that I tried a bit earlier. Well, in all honesty, I'm a big fan of the AeroPress, and neither of them is ever going to replace that as my go-to coffee brewing kit. It can make a much stronger, much more robust coffee for me than either of these two, and it is a lot more versatile. But let's look at them individually. The Nowpresso, I love the idea of it. I like the idea of being able to heat the water. A simple piece of kit, heats your water, brews your coffee, and to be honest with you, because you're using coffee capsules, it's quite easy to clean at the end. But ultimately, it was disappointing. This thing weighs 900 grams. Yes, it's portable, but for the kind of traveling I want to do with a pack on my back, there's no way this is going to be coming with me. I also feel the battery life is quite short, maybe about 3 brews. And the one thing I have noticed is the battery seems to disappear with the first brew. Your battery indicator seems to almost disappear. It will still make brews after that, so that indicator isn't particularly accurate. You're only going to get 40 mils of liquid down the bottom as well, so you've got no versatility here. If you wanted to convert that into, say, an Americano, you'd have to have a secondary piece of kit to heat some water to do that. So ultimately, it's not going to fit the kind of piece of kit that I want. The Nanopresso had very similar limitations. It only makes an espresso, or a drink that's kind of similar to an espresso. I thought it made a better quality coffee. I thought the body, the strength was much better. I actually quite enjoyed drinking the coffee out of this piece of kit. Yes, it only makes an espresso, but you are having to heat water to use this one. So I suppose you've got that water there to water it down to make an Americano, a longer style drink if you wanted to. It's also lighter at 360 grams, so a third of the weight of this one. Again, it's not going to replace my AeroPress in any shape or form, but weirdly, I enjoyed using this piece of kit. It was good fun. It is good fun. It looks cool. It looks funky. The design is nice. It's a bit of a talking point. And while I don't think it's going to go out and about a lot with me, I'm going to keep hold of it. And I think occasionally I'll get it out and make myself a bit of an espresso-style coffee out on the fells. If you've got any thoughts, comments, or questions, I'd love to hear from you. If you've used these and have an opinion that's the same or different to mine, I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, thanks for watching.